and see my screen with the slide. Put a message in the chat, just confirming that. Perfect, fantastic. So hello everyone, good morning, good evening, good night, depending on the time zone you are. Thank you for joining this session. Before we start, I would like to thank Trundle for this invitation. This is my second time in JiraCon. It's a great event, so it's so exciting to be able to share with you my experience. So my name is Jose Ramirez. I'm the Director of Agile Delivery and Agile Transformation at Kaplan North America. Kaplan is an educational institution, is a company that is devoted to provide content, services, advisory, and software for universities, companies, and individuals. We have two major divisions, one divided focus on higher education, another one to supplement education like test preparation, certifications, etc. So this session is not about a product, it's not about a tool, it's about our experience driving the Agile transformation roadmap for Kaplan North America. So I will take you through the story. We formally started the Agile transformation roadmap in 2020. It's only been close to 4 years of intense work, and so that's what I would like to share with you today. So this is the agenda. We'll start talking about adaptability, agile mindset. Agile mindset is a recurring theme that you will be hearing from me during this presentation. And then the second part will go to the agile transformation journey itself, presenting the generic framework that we use, and then jump in the specific roadmap that we follow at Kaplan. Then some comments about the tooling, and some final remarks and Q&A. Before we start with this is a poll, and the poll, you can find the poll in the engagement navigation. So you go there, you can see a poll there. Will be open and available during the session. So go there and put your replies. So it's just to give us a common understanding of the mix of the participants of the session. And also you have the live chat to, collaborating and as interactive area, and Q&A. I'll be covering the Q&A at the end of the presentation. So put your questions there, and I will be over at the end of the session. So I see that you're participating in the poll. That's really great, fantastic. All right, so moving on. Let's talk about agile mindset. And the one important thing about this is that when we're starting an agile transformation process, you need to pay attention to your language, and also pay attention to the people you're communicating to. This is not about IT. Agile is not about IT for sure. Agile is not about product. Agile is about the business. So it's about business objective and ultimately good delivery in terms of quality and quantity of delivery. So you need to be able to communicate to your entire company, not only to IT, not only to product. So one important thing is that before you think about process, you need to work on the mindset. So, and the mindset is the common understanding, so that we are on the same page in terms of what is our vision in how we want to work together. So, and for that, and one strategy that I use and I strongly recommend is to talk with the people and make sure that they understand that Agile is not about software. Agile is a way of thinking about the problem that you have in front. It's a way to confront and deal with your life, not only with your professional life, but with your day-to-day life. So it's about flexibility. It's about continuous learning, be able and willing to learn new things every day. It's about collaboration. So contribute to others and receive from others. It's about this embracing change. So be able to stop the way that you're doing things and explore new ways of doing things. It's about resilience for sure, because in the process we face a lot of blockers, a lot of pushback, problems, internal, external, and it's solution-oriented thinking. So one key word that is not here but will be in the other slides is opportunities. So we don't in Agile, in an Agile mindset, we don't see problems, we don't see bugs in terms of software, we see opportunities. So things are in front of us that help us to create better things. So these are the key traits of the Agile mindset. And what are the benefits of that? And this is not only again for software; it's for entire company, for all your community. Is improved decision making for sure, because if we have the mind open, if we're flexible enough, and we engage change, for sure we will be considering more things and more data points to make good decisions. Enhanced, obviously, innovation and creativity, increased productivity because we break down things in manageable size pieces and resolve little by little. We have obviously better collaboration and teamwork and cooperation and communication. And the last one is a kind of conclusion of this. It's very pertinent for a company. It's totally demonstrated that an agile mindset increases the job satisfaction and employee retention. Especially because in an agile mindset, we not encourage, but we celebrate failure. We celebrate that things are not perfect. We see things in a continuous improvement way. So people feel that they constantly evolve and are better day by day. So mindset first, and this is, again, I'm recurring on this idea, but it's really, really important before. So you're thinking about a transformation, or you're beginning a transformation, or you're in the middle of transformation. You haven't been considering in a serious way how to change the mindset or work on the mindset. Stop and work on that. So mindset should be first, the very first thing. When you start the agile transformation for a company, or when you expand your transformation to different areas of the company. So right now we are in the process of start working on other areas of the company that we're working on. And the first meetings, the first coaching sessions, the first conversations are not about methodology, not about framework. It's about entirely devoted to mindset and be on the same page. So this is really, really important. All right, going into the details of the transformation journey, three things I would like to share with you. One is what is the roadmap or the basic phases of a transformation journey, and then stress the importance of a well-defined agile transformation roadmap. An agile transformation roadmap is not only a plan. A roadmap is not a plan. A roadmap is a description, is an illustration of a vision. So think about the agile transformation roadmap as a communication tool and also as a motivation tool. So you use it to present to your stakeholders and to your team and to yourself what you accomplished so far, what is on the horizon. So it's a tool. It's a tool to constantly be on the same page. And so that's why it's key to have it and make it visible all the time. So it's not a plan for the Agile transformation team, for the delivery team. No, it's for all the people that are involved in the process and should be visible and communicate and visible all the time. So jumping into this general framework that we define, these are the 5 steps or phases, and it's presented sequentially in this slide, but it's not a sequence. So you start for sure assessing the organization readiness, but at times where you are, for example, in the implementation, you need to go back to the foundations or need to go back to and change the roadmap. So maybe the first iteration is a sequence, but then you definitely you need to go back and it's in reality an iterative process. So let's review each of these phases in details, and I'd like to provide some comments on that. So the first one is assessing the organizational readiness, and so we started this in 2020. And let me give you some context. So at the end of 2019, the company, Kaplan North America, didn't exist. So it was three different companies: Kaplan North America, Kaplan Higher Education, Kaplan Test Preparation, and Kaplan Professional. And the company, corporation, decided to merge the companies, the three original companies, in a single one, Kaplan North America. And at the same time, we started the transformation journey. It was initially a chaotic environment. So we started transformation with a very pragmatic goal. So first of all, we joined the three Jira instances, service instances for higher education, test prep, and Kaplan Professional. We moved the three instances to the cloud, and we learned a lot. But the challenge was not only the different, implementations of Jira and customizations of Jira and the three original instances, but different cultures, different attitudes, different mindsets. And I didn't mention before, but we have close to 50 teams across the US and also in India. 40% of our IT workforce is in India. So we are distributed, and we have clients in Europe and Latin America. So we are a global company. So at the time, after this bootstrap or kickoff with the Jira integration, we started evaluating the need of change. So definitely we need to change the ways of working and try to have an understanding of the new ways of working, not for each company or each division, for the entire company. So the second step was assessing the existing processes, practices, and cultures. And we identify a lot of different ways of working, and a lot of different cycles followed by different work streams and by different division, by different products. Also, we identify several tools. So Jira, for the principal one of them, teams are using Asana, for example, we're using Smartsheets or we're using spreadsheets. So it was not that easy to get with that mix at that time. The barriers and opportunities. So we easily identify the champions for the process, people that will be able to help us with leading this process at the beginning. And we come up, and that was the objective in the beginning of 2020 with that, what was this shared vision. We decided to start with higher education. So higher education was the first division of the company we started working with. For several reasons, wasn't very well structured. The majority of the Agile teams were there. So we started with that division, and shortly we started looking at the supplemental education. But that was the first, and I will go to the specific timeline in a moment. So this is the first phase, and this is really, really important. Recognize that we have the necessity of change, try to come up with the inventory of the current processes and tools that we're using, and how to share vision of the future. The second is the definition of the initial strategy and roadmap. So while for the goals, and as I mentioned before, we started with one of the division and shortly with the second one. And then quarter by quarter, we added more areas and more components to the plan. We didn't understand with all the initiatives. We started with the top 10 initiatives of the companies and the project that support those initiatives. We also identified key stakeholders and Agile champions. I mentioned that before. Product people was key with their official product, but also people that had a different level of organization. Sometimes we think about champions as leaders or VPs, Not necessarily. Sometimes a Scrum Master or a PO or a business analyst have enough influence to help us with the process. And we developed an initial timeline. And the timeline was a 5-year timeline that we were following. And to be honest, we changed the timeline quarter by quarter, adapting to the new circumstances and also based on the accomplishment of the previous goals. The third phase is the definition of building of the Agile foundation. And this is a very laborious phase. So a lot of work here. So we came up with our basic framework. We don't use safe 100%. We don't use less 100%. We don't use the Scrum Agile at 100%. We have a more pragmatic approach. We combine concepts with different framework and create a unique framework that works for us. So the way that we handle the backlogs are taken from less, the way that we manage the quality planning, the PA planning is for safe, from safe. So we have a combination of ideas. We are certified. We are safe certified. All the Scrum Masters are safe certified, but we didn't use the framework. The same we have our reasons that the discussion of the reason I would cite the scope of this presentation. So we started with the principles and values that I'd like to share with the entire organization, and training and coaching teams. And for that, we created the version 1 of our framework. We use Kaplan for that, publishing a lot of resources, create a lot of resources using the internal language that we use. That's a very important thing. And the third part was implementation of the tools and the processes. So for the tools, we'll talk about that later, but we use Jira, and we're in the premium tier, the premium version. And we use Confluence a lot, not only for the Agile processes, we also use Confluence for support and solutions. So the contact center, the call center, use Confluence as a knowledge base to support customers and companies and partners. And we decide that we need a BI tool because we believe in data-driven and a data-driven approach. So we have a lot of data points that support our decisions. That's not the forte of Jira. So we have some metrics in Jira, out of the box. So instead of working plugins or add-ons.
Hey, Jose. Sorry to interrupt you. It's kind of got like a raspy sound right now. Do you want to try moving? Can you move back a little bit and see if that helps?
Yeah.
Okay, that is better. Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you hear me better?
Yes, keep going for a little bit and I'll stay here just to check.
Let me.
Now we can't hear you. Thanks, everyone. I just thought you might want to hear him a little clearer. Now we can't hear you at all. Worst case, I was going to say if you want to leave and come back, we can do that too. That sometimes fixes the issue.
What about now, Eddie?
Okay, that's better. Yes.
Better? Good enough or not,
yes.
Not good enough?
No, much better. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I moved from my headset to the speakers.
Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you for that. All right. All right. So back, because I think that we were talking about the foundation. So about the foundation, I was mentioning that we decided to use Power BI because we believe that we need a lot of data points, and we use a data-driven approach. So we select Power BI and select some plugins to connect Jira with Power BI. And so we extract a lot of data, and also with Power BI, we don't have any restriction about timeframes and the computation and combination of the data. So we use it a lot. That was on other of the decisions. And we established the Agile roles and responsibilities at that time. And that definition included the creation of the Agile Delivery Office. So organization within the company in charge of not only the delivery, but also the Agile transformation. Then we move into the implementation phase. So we start building with small projects. So we decide to go to three small projects and two very relevant large projects. So the mix of the project that you select at the beginning is very, very important. So you need to have a control, setting, but at the same time, you need to work with projects that are, relevant enough to make your case in the organization. Collect the feedback, lesson learned, and scaling practices across the organization. And also, and this is very, very important, the last point. So when we started using metrics, and this is a specific point, but I'll say that explain the concept around the last bullet point in this section. So when we started using metrics, there was total confusion why we were using metrics, and some teams started feeling, a little concerned about the metrics because they saw the metrics as a way to compare team to team or compete team to team, or saw the metrics as a grade. So you're an A, a B, or C. And it's not about that. It's about continuous improvement. So it took a lot to explain that. And once the team by team started understanding that metrics is about discovering opportunities and continuous improvement, the way that they adapt to the metric and the user metric was, super, super smooth. So that was the implementation phase. And then once I was talking about metrics, so we need to define key performance indicators. So how we measure that we are on the right track. We are making progress. We are getting the result where we are envisioned. So we define key performance indicator. We are still in this process because this is something that is not set in stone by quarter to quarter. But at this moment, after close to 4 years, we're still discovering more and more KPIs based on new challenges in front of us. We regularly review the process, obviously celebrating the success, and refine and develop transformation process. So this is the general framework that we use. And again, this is not a sequential. This is a kind of iterative process, and you can go back and forth in this framework as needed. So let's dig deep in that. And this is a little tiny, I know. What was the specific roadmap for KNA? So as I mentioned before, we started in 2020 with a consensus around Agile and the inventory of projects and processes. At the beginning, obviously at 2020, as I mentioned before, we consolidated the company in a single company and started the migration process. In 2021 was the year to create the foundation, start the foundation that I mentioned before. So for the foundation, we created the Agile Delivery Office, super important. Under the Agile Delivery Office, we have all the areas, but the two main areas are the Agile Delivery and Agile Transformation. So that's another important recommendation. It was key for us to have a small team. It's not large team, it's a small team, focus on Agile transformation, visible to entire organization, focus on new ideas, and another team for what we consider the BAU, so the Agile delivery, the day-to-day implementation and rollout of the ideas. So It's not a single team. It's not a large team. It's a small team for agile transformation. It's a small team for agile transformation, a larger team for agile delivery. So Agile Delivery Office was a key point for the foundations. Then we create the framework, the version 1 of the framework that we started using. We are in the version 3 of the framework. We consolidate the Jira instances I mentioned before, create the first hierarchy. And the hierarchy is based on a band roadmap. The last year in JiraCon23, I presented the way that we use advanced roadmap for quality planning, for PA planning. So yes, and it was similar to the presentation was right before me, and after this presentation, you will be hearing also about advanced roadmap. We are huge fans of advanced roadmaps. So the first product hierarchy, using the programs that we have in the organization, starting with 2 basic programs: higher education and supplemental education. So thinking about programs that are aligned with the organization structure. And later on, we define more and more programs and work streams and teams. The basic scale agile practices based on ideas from several frameworks, and the dual track model. And the dual track model was essential for us. So the dual track model is, I don't know how familiar you are with the concept, but is the way that you're working on the delivery and the discovery and the research at the same time. So for us, the insights area of the company, the UX area of the company is extremely important, because we have 2 types of customers. So in higher education, we work for universities, right? We have specific clients. But in supplemental education, we work for a market. So it's our job to discover opportunities, to create more insights, to research more. In higher education, we receive requirements. So it's totally different models. In the model, you're in a setup that you receive requirements from areas. Okay, probably it's not that critical for you, but if you're working for a market in a massive product, B2B or B2C product, you need to research and create your own insight based on market analysis, investigation, etc. So the dual track model was essential for us, and we assume it as a framework for the general framework. And the quality planning version 1. The quality planning version 1 was the implementation of advanced roadmaps. And we started working on the advanced roadmap, and we still use advanced roadmaps. We are not using JiraLine. I think it's not. We don't need a JiraLine, at least for now. In 2022, our focus was getting traction. So we were able to unify the way of working, product, UX, and engineering. And also the quality planning version 2 and version 3. So we changed quality planning, or we improved quality planning process, the PI planning process, quarter by quarter, adding more features. So product mapping, or rack labels, or initiative types. So little changes quarter by quarter. Or in the last 2 quarters ago, we added a new program. That is a major change to the PA planning, to the quality planning. Metrics at team and portfolio level. So we have metric at both level, metric at the agile teams and at work stream, and also the portfolio level. Also in 2022, we added more areas outside IT. Another companies that we own, like PPI, TSS, that's Technology Shared Services, contact center, desktop engineering, cloud ops, etc., and human resources. We implemented the quarterly health check this morning in the keynote. Was the theme of the keynote. So we implemented a health check, a regular health check for all the teams across the organization. Is on a quality basis, and is essential for the evaluation of the progress that we are getting. And we're starting evaluating the next level of agile that we need. And basically, release trains, and value streams. And we align the value stream with the initial programs that we have. And we're still in the process of refine the value stream, the definition of value stream for the organization. This is key because with a good value stream mapping, we will be able to reduce the number of dependencies and efficiencies. But in 2023, so we were able at the beginning of the year to unify the reporting model. This is essential. So at the initiative level, at the portfolio level, at the project level, a set of visible dashboards, both in Jira and in Power BI. And the owners are the consumers of those dashboards. Was not easy at all, but now with those dashboards in place and the monitors and the reporting artifact that we have, we discovered that the transformation process speed up. So because it's so easy to use the data, identify an opportunity, go implement it, and see results. You cannot improve something that you don't measure. So that's a cliche, I know, but it's so true. We implemented the community practice, and that was a good experiment. So we started this year with a set of videos, short videos, and we created a repository of videos recorded by anyone that have something to share. So, for example, a PO that was a recorded video to show how he or she reorganized the backlog, or a Scrum Master showing how he used retro EO to handle or to drive a retrospective. So right now we have tons of videos cataloged and stored in the repository and indexed in Confluence. So this is great because it's a resource that is there for the entire organization, and to not only to consume knowledge but also to share knowledge. We're in the quality planning version 4, and one of the key improvement that we are working on right now is we want to start working on the intake process. We have a lot of opportunities in the intake process, and for that, we are running right now a proof of concept of Jira Product Discovery. Jira Product Discovery is a new product. It's a great product. We are finishing the evaluation and the POC, and we are quite confident that we'll be starting working with Jira Product Discovery in 2024. And we also implemented the feedback loops for the actionable metrics. And for that, this is another recommendation. So we have in the company, we have data science experts because we evaluate a lot of statistical data and market analysis. And we're in Agile transformation. We know about Agile, but we are not data experts. We are not data engineers. So we partnered with data experts, data engineering, trying to refine the ways that we present the data and create the feedback loops, the validation loops for the metrics. As I mentioned before, we're working on the intake process integration. The intake process integration, I didn't put the product because it's not 100%, but I will say it's 95% probability that will be Jira Product Discovery. All right, so this is the tool that we use. I mentioned during the presentation, so there will be kicks. So we use Jira, sure, with the premium instance, and with some cool plugins, and probably Jira Product Discovery will be the next addition to the set. We use Confluence a lot. And for collaboration with Slack and G Suite, part of the company is under Slack, other part of the company is not. So we use G Suite not only for the Google Docs and email and that, but also for the spaces, so the Google Spaces for communication. And we use Power BI. Power BI is for us is essential. I know that we evaluated the possibility to move to the enterprise level in Jira and to have access to the data and analytics facilities of the enterprise and the data lake. But evaluating the maturity of the tool, and also we evaluate Tableau and other tools, we decided to go with Power BI. It's super flexible. It's super powerful. The integration with Jira is great. So this is the set of tools that we use associated with the Agile process. One final remarks about what is the purpose of all of this. So it's easy to be confused and start working on a process, on a framework for the and to lost what is the final price of this? So what is the final goal? And we need to remind ourselves constantly that the ultimate goal of the Agile is to enhance delivery and drive business success. It's not to be 100% whatever framework you mentioned, or to use the last tool or going with the fat. No, that's not. It's not. The goal is to enhance delivery, more and more quality, and to drive business success. Customer satisfaction for sure. Rapid adaptation and change to changing requirements in our business is 100% true, quarter by quarter. And streamlining process, enhancing collaboration. That's three major areas, and we talk about those areas at the price. So we need to keep the eye on the price. All right. So I think that I was able to cover this in record time, at least my personal record. So I know you have questions.
So far, hey everybody. I don't see any in Q&A. Anybody have any?
Oh, that's how it was extremely clear.
No questions. In your session, I could see how difficult all of this is, because for us, it's culture and process, and mindset is something that's like every second of every day. So you have to constantly be reminded of it to go against your own proclivities. I can find at times to not be on the same page. So it's not an easy thing to do, but
no, not at all. But it's very rewarding.
Yeah.
And yes, and you solve the problem. The benefits are really, really, really high. All right, so you're gonna follow the conversation. You can scan this code, this QR code, take you to my linking, so we can continue the conversation there and share ideas. So go there, and also my emails there.
Oh, we do have a question. We have a question from Trina.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Trina asked, how do companies do it if they treat the tools separate from the process?
Oh, this is a very, very important thing. And let me go back real quick to the tool. So yes, you're totally right. Sometimes the people say, okay, merely using tools doesn't make an organization agile. That's true. But if you pick the wrong tools, you're in problem. So it's a kind of try to find a tool that make more sense for you in terms of the process that we follow. So, and I remember in 2020 that I will say 30% of the company was using Asana and Smartsheets. And the decision of the Jira was not about the quality of the tool itself or the features, but was about the potential. So I can imagine doing this, the thing that we're doing right now, with Asana, for example. No, it's a good tool with specific thing, with specific setup, but not for the setup that so the vision and the process that we're pursuing guide to the decision of the tool. So you need to be mindful about how to use the tool. And the other side of the coin is that you're focused on and obsessed with a tool. Um, you you have the is a danger to let's focus on the price and what is the objective. It's not the full implementation of the tool. It's not the use of the tool. It's not to be obsessed with the tool. It's how the tool can work for you. One example is the workflows. So people say, okay, so instead of working on workflows, let's think about the process. Yes, but the workflow is the representation of the process. So with better workflows, you have better process. So again, process and tools and that help. Make sense, Trina? I guess so.
Okay.
All right. So thank you. Thank you. Okay, thank you. So thank you very much. Thank you, Patrick, for jumping in and helping me with the. Thank you for the invite. This is it's a pleasure for me. And so, guys, after the session, we have another session around advanced roadmaps. Look at that. I will be there. It's a fantastic topic. And look at that, workflow and process optimization. So the thing that I just mentioned. So two very relevant topics, quite related with the thing that we discussed today.
Yep, coming up on the last hour of this marathon.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right.
Sure,
Thank you very
thank
much.
you.
Take care. Bye.
All right. Bye.